And so Amazon allows to extend this from two sides. On the one hand, developers can create what they call skills, which is like an app. And on the other hand, they also allow hardware vendors to integrate this technology into their own hardware. So there are right now 3 devices that are sold by Amazon, and a number, I don't keep track of it, but there are numerous devices and also iPhone apps now that integrate the Alexa voice service in their own. It's like a fridge speaker or just like iPhone apps. There's also actually a web-based simulator for Alexa, and let's see if that works. Let's try it out. I hope it's correctly wired. So the Ring allows me to set the volume. I'm just trying to make it louder. Let's see if we can get anything said. Alexa, open Kayak.
Welcome to Kayak. You can ask me for prices of flights, hotels, and cars, track flights, or just ask me where you could go on a certain budget. How can I help you?
Alexa, stop. So
thanks for using Kayak.
That is just like when you start the experience. One thing that is important to know. So this device is pretty much static usually, so it is bound to one location. Right now we don't have access to this location from an API standpoint, so we have to get this location ourselves. And this device is, we call it a home airport, and this device is set up to Berlin. And this allows me, whenever I ask for something, it automatically knows that it's from Berlin to Berlin and so on. So just to give you an idea. Alexa, ask Kayak, what is my home airport?
Sure thing. Your current home airport is all airports around Berlin, Germany. Just let me know anytime in case you want to have this changed to another airport.
We don't know it's Berlin, so let's try if we can find out where we can go. Alexa, ask Kayak, where can I go for $1,000? Okay, didn't get me. Alexa, ask Kayak, where can I go? Alexa, ask Kayak, where can I go for $1,000?
Kayak's data suggests that $1,000 could get you to Sanford, Recife, or Ulaanbaatar.
So what happened now is that so on Kayak, all users globally, they run about 1.5 billion searches every year. And when they run a search, we extract some data like the best price of every search. And we use then this data to power that type of functionality. Like if you go to Explore, or if you use this, you get prices that other users found a couple of hours or maybe up to days ago. And then there is of course the other notion that when we now like ask $1,000 from Berlin, we go to this database, we look for all the prices we found, $1,000 or less from Berlin, and then we do a curation like giving a higher weight to popular routes that usually people from Berlin would go. So it's tailored to the specific destination. This was just the exploration part. We can also do actual searches for dates. Let's try if that we can get through the noise here. Alexa, ask Kayak, how much is a round-trip flight to New York?
Got it. Expect to pay at least $434 for a round trip. To get you an exact price, please tell me when you want to fly out?
Friday.
Okay. When do you want to fly back to Berlin?
August 1st.
Non-stop flights start at $1,135. Flights with one stop start at $945. The least expensive flight from Berlin to New York is a flight with one stop for $945. Would you like to do another search?
Hotels in New York.
Got it. When are you planning to check in New York?
Saturday.
All right. How long are you going to stay?
3 nights.
3-star hotels start at $143 per night. Hotels with 4 stars start at $165 per night. One of the top results for New York on those dates is Duane Street Hotel, a 4-star hotel, for $286 per night. Would you like to do another search?
Thank you.
Thanks for using Kayak.
So So what we saw here is, so first of all, so I was now running through the dialogue, question answer, question answer. There are different ways, like you could just say everything in one shot. Like I could also just say how much is the flight from to New York from Saturday to August 1st. It is really up to the user. Like there are many different combinations how you can say the same thing. And from the response you got, so you realize that listening to voice takes some time. So we cannot really read out 10 results or something like that. And what we found works the best is that we more give an idea. It is really more inspirational. So that's why we say like non-stop flights start at this price if you want to have more than at least one stop, it's like that, or 3-star hotels start at this and 4-star hotels start at that. What also happens is part of the Alexa system is that so everyone who has this device needs to install the phone app to set it up, and part of this phone app is kind of like a news feed. I'm just showing it. It's not for this device, but I have some kayak content in there. There's this newsfeed, and like whenever it gives an answer, it is very simple right now. We can really it's right now limited to plain text. But it has different things. So like Amazon, for instance, so here the user can give feedback to Amazon if this was actually what he wanted. So he's like, I understood this, is that really what you wanted? And we just iterate like on the flight module, we just iterate on this was the cheapest flight that we found. And if you want to look this up again, this will be the exact details and this was the price. Right now, it is really limited to that plain text, like we cannot link or anything like that. In the future, it would be possible to set a hyperlink. We would, of course, try to help you with directly finding it again. Right now, there's different ways to interact with it. The first way is just say the flight number, if you know it. We don't think that many people know flight numbers, so there are different ways. It's again knowing that I'm in Berlin, so I can now just ask when a plane arrives in Berlin. I could also ask when the plane of a certain airline arrives in Berlin. I just don't know when it arrives, so that's quite a simple one. Alexa, ask Kayak, when does the plane from Munich arrive?
I found the following flight from Munich to Berlin. Lufthansa 2036 landed at 12:05 p.m. in Terminal A.
It's only one right now. This is would show up to 3 or 4 depending on how many would come in. And also like the example, I have one flight that I know the number. It works. Alexa, ask Kayak, what is the status of AA123?
Sorry, but I did not understand the airline. Can you please repeat airline and flight number?
AA123.
American Airlines 123 from Dallas to Honolulu will depart at 9:05 a.m. from Terminal A and arrive in Honolulu at 12:30 p.m.
This was now the exact date match. What you also saw, what was very important when developing this, so speech recognition is really a hard problem, and it can sometimes happen that you have a sort of unhappy situation with the user. So what is very important when developing this was that we got a really good error handling. So there are basically whenever we have the impression, like for instance we ask you for a date, that the speech recognition gets something that sounds like a location, we would try to correct it by saying, hey, I don't understand Munich as a date, please give me a date. And it's really to make this experience work, it requires a lot of error handling. We spend a lot of thought into that, and like right now it didn't understand the airlines, it was just asking for it again. And then